The man everyone trusted was the monster no one saw coming. And by the time little Nnenna found her voice, a piece of her childhood was already gone. The big house was too quiet for a little girl. Nnenna sat on her bedroom floor, cradling the walking, talking doll her father had brought from Dubai. She watched in delight as the doll toddled across the marble tiles, its tiny voice chirping, "Mama, Mama." Through the open door, her father's voice thundered downstairs. "I don't care what excuse they give. That shipment leaves today." His angry footsteps echoed across the hallway. He was always on the phone, always shouting about containers, clients, and contracts. Nnenna pressed her ear against the door, hoping he might come upstairs when the call ended. But then another phone rang, and his booming voice filled the house once again. In the kitchen, her mother sat surrounded by rolls of aso-oke and lace fabric, giving sharp instructions to her assistants. "The new designs must be ready before the wedding show," her mother snapped, her gold bangles jingling as she pointed. The sweet aroma of Mama Nkechi's cooking mixed with the sharp scent of her mother's perfume. "Mummy, look what I drew," Nnenna said shyly, squeezing between the adults to hold up a drawing of a smiling family under a rainbow. "Not now, dear," her mother murmured without looking up. She patted Nnenna's head quickly. "Mummy is working. Show me later, okay?" But Nnenna knew later never came. Mama Nkechi gave her a kind smile. "Come, my sunshine," she whispered, wiping Nnenna's sticky fingers. "Let's get your uniform ready for school. And maybe," her eyes twinkled, "we can sneak some puff-puff before dinner." At breakfast, Nnenna sat alone at the enormous dining table meant for 12, her bowl of cornflakes dwarfed by the fine china. The television on the wall flashed business headlines. Suddenly, her father appeared on screen in a sharp grey suit. "That's Daddy," she squealed to the empty chairs, waving excitedly. But the news soon shifted to stock reports, and Nnenna went back to swirling her spoon in the milk. That evening, her parents finally spoke to her, but only about the letter her school had sent home. "Nnenna," her father barked, waving the report card. "How can you be failing maths? Do you know how much your school fees cost?" Her mother sighed dramatically, shaking her head. "This is unacceptable. What will people say if the only child of the Okafors is at the bottom of the class? We're hiring you a private tutor, the best one." 3 days later, Mr. Femi arrived. He wasn't flashy like her parents' friends. Just a simple blue shirt tucked into black trousers, a scuffed leather bag over his shoulder. He was younger than Nnenna expected, with warm eyes that crinkled when he smiled. "Hello, Nnenna," he said softly, kneeling so their eyes met. "I'm Mr. Femi. I used to teach at the British International School, but now I help special students like you discover the magic in maths." He pulled a shiny apple from his bag. "They say you're very bright. Shall we find out together?" For 2 wonderful weeks, Mr. Femi was a miracle in Nnenna's world. He listened when she spoke. He clapped when she solved problems. When she made mistakes, he gently said, "Let's try again." Nnenna left little notes on his chair, counting the hours until his next visit. But then, one rainy Tuesday, everything changed. Mr. Femi's chair scraped too close to hers. His hand, which usually pointed at sums, now rested heavily on her leg. "Good girls get special rewards," he whispered, his peppermint breath hot on her cheek. His fingers drew slow, wrong circles on her skin. Nnenna froze. Her eyes darted to the family portrait on the wall. Her father, powerful in his agbada. Her mother, radiant in gel and lace. Both smiling, neither really seeing her. That night, curled under her pink duvet, Nnenna stared at the ceiling as her parents' voices rose and fell downstairs. The house was full of people. The cook, the driver, the security guard. But Nnenna had never felt so utterly alone. At school during health class, teacher Aisha traced an invisible circle around her body. "This is your safety space," she said gently. No one has the right to touch you without permission. Not uncles, not aunties, not even teachers. Nnenna's stomach clenched. Her pencil slipped from her hand. She could still feel where Mr. Femi's fingers had been. The bus ride home was the longest of her life. She prayed, "Please let Mama Nkechi be waiting at the gate. Please, not him." But as the bus turned the corner, there was Mr. Femi, smiling too brightly. "Welcome back, superstar," he called as she trudged up the driveway. Inside, the lesson began as usual, but soon he closed the book sharply. "You know I care about you, right?" he murmured, moving closer until their knees touched. His peppermint breath filled the room. "Families have special ways of showing love," he said, his hand covering hers. Nnenna's heart pounded. She wanted to scream, to run to Mama Nkechi in the kitchen. But her body stayed frozen, like in her worst dreams. The next morning, barely touching her breakfast, Nnenna decided, "I have to tell." She remembered teacher Aisha's words, "Tell someone you trust." With trembling hands, she scribbled a note. "Dear Mummy and Daddy, Mr. Femi touches me in bad places. He says to keep it a secret. I'm scared. Please make him go away. Love, Nnenna." She folded the paper small and slipped it into her mother's favourite handbag. That night, as her parents prepared to leave for a gala, her mother paused at the door. "What's this?" Time slowed. Mama unfolded the note. Her face paled, eyes widened, hand trembling to her mouth. "Nnenna, my baby," Mama choked, dropping to her knees. "Is this true?" Nnenna nodded, tears spilling down her cheeks. Her father seized the paper, his voice turning to thunder. "He did what?" For once, both parents turned, truly turned, toward her. Her mother wrapped her in a fierce embrace. "Why didn't you tell us sooner?" "I was scared," Nnenna sobbed. "You liked him." Her father was already barking orders on the phone. "Security! Lock the gate now!" Outside, tyres screeched. Nnenna didn't need to look. She knew Mr. Femi was gone. The next morning, her mother sat beside her bed, stroking her hair softly. "My brave girl," Mama whispered. "Daddy has handled everything." For the first time, her parents stayed home. They ate breakfast together. They laughed at Daddy's burnt pancakes. But healing takes time. Nightmares woke Nnenna screaming. Certain smells made her flinch. A gentle grandmotherly tutor was hired. A kind child psychologist helped her open up, slowly, through clay and puppets. The neighbours gossiped. Mama shot them down. "Mind your own children." One sunny afternoon, both parents surprised her at school. "Guess what, baby? We're going to Disneyland Paris." On the flight, Daddy held her hand. At Cinderella's castle, Nnenna realised, a whole week without nightmares. That night, she drew a picture. Their family in Mickey Mouse ears, with the words, "The strongest team." Back home, life changed. Mama left work early for Nnenna time. Daddy turned his home office into a joint study. Fridays became sacred movie nights. The scars didn't vanish. Certain smells and sights still stirred her heart. But when Nnenna looked in the mirror, she no longer saw a frightened little girl. She saw a warrior who had walked through darkness and found her voice. On her 10th birthday, as fireworks lit up the Lagos night, Nnenna made a wish, not for dolls or trips, but for every silent child to know. Your voice matters. You are never alone, and the people who truly love you will always choose you.